Welcome, fisher folk. We are going winter steelheading again. I was out yesterday, probably saw that video. Who knows? If I'm fishing this much, I might start combining some of these videos into two, or some of these multiples into ones. We'll see. But yeah, winter steelheading today. It's early, but it's not early. River y'all have not seen me on before. This boardwalk is kind of fun. And it's pretty chilly out here. I really like this river. I have high hopes, but I'm trying to never have too high hopes when it comes to winter steelheading. So, oh, there goes a woodpecker, a flicker. Let's get to it. So I like this run that I'm in a lot. Obviously, we're on a much smaller river than I've been on the last couple times. And just, you know, smaller river is gonna have fewer fish. That's just how it is. But what matters is fish density, not numbers. So in a river this size, getting your flies to the fish might be actually more manageable. And also, a river like this, it's not one of the big famous ones, is gonna get overlooked more. So even though there's fewer fish, they might be more densely packed, and they're probably seeing less fishing gear. You know, they're probably fresher. Okay, I'll show you guys what I'm fishing. Fly I tied last night, similar to what I was running yesterday, but not quite the same. It's oh, that looks so nice in the water. Foxtail is the primary thing. That's the final collar on there. So what's giving it a lot of movement. Some pink foxtail. Oh man, that looks nice over there. As you get lower in this run, the water starts to get a little slower. It just gets better as you go. Man, look at the belly in that line though. It's ripping right now. Now we're slowed down. That last 45-degree bit of the swing is always going to be your best part. Probably no matter what you do. So in this spot right here, you can see down below, there's a pretty good sized rapid down here. I mean, it's not like big, but it's like all rocks. And you can see as you come into the top of it, it gets a little deeper and you get all these big rocks. Like you can see this one right here, that big one up there. You can see that there's 3 or 4 down in there. And it's too deep right out in front of me, but there's also a lot of good big rocks in here. So this is like really prime territory. Right at the top of a fairly heavy riffle. That's some water they're gonna have to work to have come up through. And then they've got this kind of like bucket that's right below me right here with all these big rocks and deeper water that they can stop in. And I can get my flies stuck in. Nice. Guys, I'm really cold, but I'm having a really fun time because I'm in the... One of my favorite things to do out here on the river while I'm by myself is just to sing. And I like to imagine that I'm even practicing and trying to get good at singing, which, who knows, there's no one here to tell me shit, so I can say whatever I want. But I have a lot of fun out here just singing to myself on the river. So if you're ever walking along the river and you just hear some dude out there alone singing, it's probably me. But it does happen. Sometimes I'm out here singing or even just talking to myself. I am wont to do that. Turn around, there's some motherfucker right there with a rod. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Whatever, I don't give a shit. I don't know him. So it happens. But man, I love singing on the river. Fun wade coming up here. I don't tend to wade that hard in the winter. I think a lot just because I'm on big rivers. And like trout getting those last 2 feet, that can get you on the fish or not. But steelhead, it's so much big water, it's like, does wading that last 2 feet, is that really gonna make the difference? But I think it's a lot just because I'm on big rivers all the time. And like, you're not gonna wade across a big river. Whereas this is fun. I'm mid-thigh. I'm just gonna walk across the river. I mean, this isn't even big is generous for this, but it's crossing the whole river, so I'll call it a big wade. And just wading adds an element of fun to the day, adventure, certainly of hard work. Okay, now we can walk up to the top of this thing and swing. We're actually on one, guys. Oh, trying to stay tight. Oh, he came at me pretty good there. This is a hatchery fish. This is gonna be a catch and cook. If it's chrome. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, none too big. This fish, I'm beaten. This fish has nothing for me. Come here. Oh, wow, that's sick. That's a wild fish. This is where that heavy tippet clutches up so hard, I can just grab her. Oh, ho, ho. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, first one of the year. We've broken the drought. Oh, whatever, that's a landed fish. He snapped me off right there. Woo! Fucking finally. Oh my gosh, that was such a light take. That was such a light take. On the fly too, let's go. Wow. Woo! Yeah, baby. Wow, 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 wow. What a special opportunity. Oh, I'm coming back here again. You best believe it. First one of the year. Okay, that's one. I said at the start of the year. Last year, 2 years ago, I got one. Last year, two. This year, maybe three. Okay, that's one. Yeah. Okay, something I've learned. Oh man, steaming up so fast. Can I rub you guys off on my beard? I guess. What I've learned, I have in the past caught a fish and it's been so long since I caught one. I catch one, I'm like, oh, thank God. And then I go home. On a day when they're catchable, I am here till the end now. We're in it. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Okay, obviously I lost the literal fly that did the damage, but this is what did the damage. Made these up last night based off of a comment on my YouTube videos saying you should try something smaller and rounder. So huge thanks whoever that was. Who knows if that's what made the difference. Probably it's just that there was a fish there, but yeah, that fish took it moving so slow. It was just creeping across out there, and wow, that's just so exciting. I'm a little shaky. You just don't get to catch winter steelhead very often, especially not as a fly fisherman. When it's like, honestly, I mean, well, I gotta be honest, I wish I'd been able to hold it a little longer than that, you know. But I laid hands on it. I feel good about that. It's probably better for the fish that I didn't anyway, although it would have been better if I got the fly back, but it was a barbless hook, so it'll fall out, no biggie. But yeah, I'm just blown away. I mean, it happens so rarely, you know, and it's probably not the case, but I always kind of have this feeling like that could be the last one I ever catch, you know. They're so hard to catch. The species is suffering so bad. I'm like, that could, every one I catch, I'm like, that could be the last one. Because I do believe that in my lifetime there will be a last one. Like before I'm too old to fish, like, because there aren't enough fish anymore. I think that's very plausible, if not very likely. Yeah, I guess we're coming back down through this. I went all the way back up to the top. We're gonna swing back down through it and see. I'm pretty sure that was a buck, just a small fit looking buck. And the bucks will line up close together near a female. There'll be the biggest one closest to the female and then smaller one in a line back. So hopefully I can come through this again and either find a hen in there or another buck that he was competing with. Not that that's ever worked for me. I've never once caught a steelhead and then gone back in and caught another one. But in theory, that is something that happens. It is just occurring to me, that wasn't like a small steelhead, but it wasn't big. I probably could have fit that in my net that I have with me for some reason. Damn. It doesn't occur to me to, I'm in the mindset where you net trout, you tail steelhead, and that's how it is. But I think the reason that one broke off, I don't know because I haven't watched the video, but I'm gonna bet that when I go back and watch it, it's gonna take me like a minute or less. Minute and 30 to land that fish. I really kind of put the metal to it. I put it to that fish and it never really had a chance to like run and get turned and rip. So when I was trying to land it right there, or while I was trying to get it under control, I'd say that it was landed. But while I was trying to pick it up for the camera, it still had a lot of energy, like most of its energy, and it crashed pretty good, and that's what snapped the fly off, obviously. A lot of guys would probably play the fish a lot longer than that, but there's no need. Not if you can get them under control like that. That one was playing nice. Came right at me out the gate. Hooked it right in there somewhere. Super delicate grab on that one. First steelhead I ever caught was like, there was nothing and then there was line flying off the reel. This one was like, doo, doo, doo. And then suddenly the fish started lifting up and flopping around on the surface there. One of the hardest things with winter steelheading is that you don't want to set the hook. And as a trout fisherman, I set the hook fast and aggressively, so it's hard to kill that habit. But with steelhead, you need to let them take it a little bit, because they're gonna come up in the surface like this, grab your fly, and then they're gonna turn back down towards the bottom. And it's already a tight line, so you got all the force of the current pushing on your fly and line. So when it grabs it, those hooks are sharp, grabs it, and that turn, that's what's gonna set the hook for you. If you try and set the hook, you're gonna yank that fly away from the fish. Even if you can feel it, a lot of times they'll be mouthing it and you could feel that, but then they won't be hooked until they make that turn back down to the bottom. So you just gotta let them do their thing. And that can be a really hard instinct to override if you spent your whole life setting hooks. But I did a great job on that one. So I feel proud. It's especially hard to override when I like haven't touched a fish, had the barest hint of a fish in like 5 days of fishing. You know, then you're really jumpy. You hit a piece of gravel and you're like, is that a fish? Nope. God damn, a big stick just got stuck on my legs here. swinging it a little fast right now, but that's okay. This is where I just caught one swinging it slow, so we'll give the same area a little different presentation. Maybe if there is a second fish, it'll like it. It'll like it a little different. Okay, we're gonna do one more time through this with the spoon, just for the sake of experimentation. So right here, we're kind of fishing our way down into a corner. So like a little deeper up along that side over there. And then on this side, it's kind of some flat stuff. And then I'm kind of on a point, and it all comes together right out here. So off to this side, you got that tree overhanging, you got that creek coming in. It's like that whole pocket of water over there seems like fish-holdy water, in my opinion. So that's what we're out here to work. Short casts, we can get right up close on them right here. Plus it's shallow, so it's funky trying to like not get it ripped out of there too fast, but also like not stuck on the bottom. Now we're fishing right there. And it's just gonna get better and better as we work our way in under this tree, to whatever degree we're able to fish underneath the tree. And even that water below the tree, but above the ripples, it's gonna be good too. Stuff on a rock there, it's gonna be happening a lot. I'm just gonna let it swing out and we'll see what happens. Not at any mend or anything. It's not like ripping super fast. Plus that last fish I just caught that was an aggressive fish for sure. Well, not for sure, he took it pretty light, but my intuition is that was a stuck on the bottom. But that was an angry male. See, I guess it's good I didn't mend there, got stuck on the bottom anyway. Playing with fire, trying to put it right up on the bank, but I think like right up on the bank is probably the best water over there, so you know, you gotta risk your flies. That's just the name of the game, you just lose gear. Stuck again. Man. Oh, there we go. I don't wanna have to walk over there and get it. That'll ruin the fishing. But I will. I'd rather go get it. Because what are the odds there's a fish anyway? It's so low, obviously. We'll reel lock. This is one of the toughest things you can do. Slogging straight up current in knee-deep plus water. About knee-deep. Just like going to the gym, man. Like pushing the legs pretty damn hard. People with boats, they should have to do this too. This spot right here is very challenging to fish because of all these conflicting currents. But I'm going to show you a little trick. Probably if you spay fish, you could just figure this out for yourself, but maybe not. So instead of just throwing it out there, mending, and then laying all your line on the water, just lift all that running line off the water, and then that running line that would otherwise be in this weird current over here isn't impacting things, and only your shooting head and sink tip, which I had gotten shot all the way across and into the next current over, were moving. So it was still a pretty smooth swing, even though some wacky water not conducive to a smooth swing. That said, it'll get easier as I step down a little bit. Won't have to work over quite, this current kind of unifies a little bit. I won't have to work over it quite as much as I do right now. Yeah, look at that. That's worthwhile. When I was first making these casts, I was like, man, I'm not even sure this spot's worth it, but that's worthwhile right there. This water's a little bit fast, but I'm just having a moment of feeling like this is the essence of winter steelheading. Like I'm dead in the middle of the river, getting dumped on, and swinging some nice broad water. But it is too fast. But it's worth a fish. You know, I already fished in under all that, which is what's really worth a fish. But there's kind of a nice channel over here on the bank. But I couldn't really fish it from that bank, and in order to fish this stuff I had to wade through it. So I waded across, fished all that, walked back up, and now I'm fishing back down the other side, just fishing right from the middle of the river. Fishing from the middle of the river to both sides is one of my favorite things, just in general. For trout, I love it. It's just, I don't know, it just works so well. You can just do everything. It's actually a pretty nice thing. If there's going to be a fish, it's going to be probably right down at this payoff where we're getting into. Okay guys, look at this. This happens way too often. I got stuck on something. It's somebody else's line. There is no excuse. Look at this, fucking ridiculous. There is no excuse to ever leave this much line in a river. The way that you, so I guess people just don't know this, but I've been waiting for an opportunity to show off how to do this actually, because I've been thinking about this problem. I see line all the time, but I haven't lost any flies in a while. But the way you do it, let's say my fly was stuck out there. You point your rod tip straight at it and then pull back, and don't let the line come off the reel, and that'll snap it right at the knot. And it works every time, so there's no excuse for this bullshit. At least I get this guy's spinner though. Not that I have a use for it. Maybe I can throw a spinner on a spay rod, who knows? Ugh. Oh, it's all sticky. It's like they put scent on it. I don't know what scent is like. I've never used scent in my life. This is gonna be the last run of the day. We're getting on towards not having much daylight left. Well guys, what I have to say about that day is fuck yes. I'm so excited. Any day that I get to catch a steelhead is a top tier day. So yeah, I mean, I don't take that for granted. That could be the only one this year. That's a real possibility. So yeah, really incredible day. Nothing else the rest of the day. That's, you know, pretty much what you expect. But I have a distinct memory from one of the ones I caught last year. I got it right towards the beginning of the season, and I was like, damn, I don't have a cooler with me, because it was a hatchery fish and I was keeping it. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go home. And oh, I regretted that the rest of the season, because it took so long to catch another fish. I was like, fuck me, that might have been my day, and I just called it at like 10 a.m. So today, it's sundown now, so I won't have any regrets. Anyway, really fabulous day today. Do me a favor, like and subscribe, and then I put out new videos every Monday, usually Thursdays, sometimes even more than that, you never know, but definitely every Monday. So give me a like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one.